Over the years, countless leaders and teams have leveraged the same ACT implementation process, and ACT has been refined and streamlined with their contributions. The speed to breakthrough results and the intensity of employee engagement achieved and sustained are well documented in numerous books and articles that have been widely shared, especially in the business community. By focusing responsibility for leading the transformation squarely in the hands of leaders at all levels, ACT-based transformations also leave in their wake palpable, hard-to-achieve improvements in leadership skills and organizational culture. Following are 3 examples of the dramatic shifts in performance that are possible even at a very large scale within a single performance year, not years. The companies profiled implemented the ACT process to quickly generate their breakthrough results. In contrast to the typical failed transformation launch, these successful efforts looked like the curves in the following exhibit, where focus and energy were built early and then sustained, leading to compound growth in results at a very large scale. 12 months after it failed to merge with a major competitor, the new internally promoted CEO of a major global retailer faced a huge challenge: to rapidly revitalize the company's sagging retail operations. The company's leaders resolved to once again make the company the industry's most compelling place to invest, shop, and work. Indeed, these became the major transformation initiatives upon which the company's revitalization was launched. They succeeded. In 1 year, the company's share price jumped by 156%, customer complaints fell by 50%, and the employee retention rates rose by 72%. The company also moved up from the bottom 10% of the Standard & Poor's 500 to number 2 in terms of percentage increase in shareholder value. The biggest surprise, the CEO reflected, was how quickly people in our company said, "Count me in, let's go. I knew it would happen, I just didn't think we'd get there this fast." One of the largest electric utilities in the US needed to transform its major production function, which consisted of fossil fuel and hydroelectric power plants spread over several geographical dispersed operating companies, each with its own union, into a single new generation company, or GenCo. Changing from a confederation of line units within a regularly public utility into a self-contained competitive business required the GenCo to learn a whole new way of thinking and acting, all under the white-hot light of a nationally prominent parent company that was acclaimed as Fortune magazine's most admired company in the utility industry, and was also the nation's largest power company at the time. Referred to as the low-cost equals job security transformation in the vast fossil hydro generation operation, the makeover involved almost 100 plants and over 50,000 union-based employees reporting to the several separate subsidiaries, and the feat was accomplished in the middle of a CEO transition. After the repositioning, the company's operation costs plunged by more than $100 million in a year and over $300 million in 3 years, while accidents were cut by 30% and union grievances fell by 72%. Employee morale leaped as well. Restoration of rapid growth in a Silicon Valley high-tech icon. Once a vibrant Silicon Valley high-tech company, a global high-tech software leader had stopped growing. Sales had stagnated at a little less than $500 million per year, largely because its past strategy of acquiring companies for growth had run its full course. In fact, all the best targets in the market had been acquired, and future growth would require a different strategy based on internal innovations. With strong leadership and the simple ACT-based transformation process, this software leader managed to fold its disconnected subsidiaries into one smoothly integrated business focused on customer needs. The new customer focus and a highly engaged team revived innovation, inspired new products, and triggered steady sales growth worldwide. In the first year alone, the company improved morale, slashing employee turnover by 41%, while its stock price rose by 53%. Its revenue jumped by 24%, and its profitability soared by 290%. Note also that in addition to breakthrough results, these ACT-based transformation projects also generated major improvements in management acumen and organizational culture, again by the end of the first year of execution. The most obvious differences in these successful efforts compared to the typical failed ones are being leader-led at all levels, quickly generating a tight focus and an accelerated all-employee high-engagement launch upfront, and then maintaining alignment and follow-through for the remainder of the performance year. These transformation phases must be carefully orchestrated by senior leadership, with a little help. To reliably achieve these transformation results, it is critical to recognize as the transformation leader that all the few steps in the rapid, simple ACT process count. They serve as the accelerators needed to overcome the embedded inhibitors in your organization. Many transformations start out with a lot of hoopla fanfare at the beginning. Then senior execs delegate follow-through to subordinate managers and move on to new exciting things. In ACT-based transformation, leaders from top to bottom stay engaged with the process and accountable for the transformation initiatives for several years. Please refer to the workbook Module 3, Lesson 2 to reflect on a few differences between these graphs. The workbook will have the graphs and these questions for learners to answer. What are the major differences between the two graphs? How does the ACT approach sustain the high level of focus and energy for transformation over time, especially as it applies to the second peak in the opposing cases? Which shape of the curve would you say applies to recent efforts in your company to make big changes and improvements? Why?